Welcome to the coffee talk with salty Vixen's flair. Dive into deep thoughts.
Good morning, everybody. It is so cold here in Georgia, 26 degrees, and we have snow on the way. Well, Friday. And in Georgia, when you get an inch of snow, the whole state shuts down. It's true. All right, so I want to talk a bit about what's changed with Facebook. We all know that Zuckerberg has decided to get rid of fact-checking, which is a useless thing that he did during the Biden administration. And, the whole thing fact-checking, which he admitted to finally, that was stating, like, you could not have a conservative opinion. So freedom of speech was pretty much taken away during the Biden administration for conservative views, which is silly. Like, you should be able to speak up. There are certain things, yes, you shouldn't talk about, like, if it's harmful or whatever, but, like, when it's talking about, hey, I'm disagreeing with this article, that should be okay. But that brings to another point. Journalism, it's dead. It really is. I mean, true journalists are our generation and older. I'm 45 years old. The journalists today, if you read, like, some of the articles, the grammar is horrible. And many websites are using AI. I tried AI to check some grammar one time. It was bad. I get it's a computer program, but it was really bad. Like, I'm sitting there, like, you just made the worst grammar. You made my grammar, like, it was bad. So, yeah. Human thought, always better. I'm still waking up. But anyways, yeah, these are my thoughts of the day. Zuckerberg is, he speaks out of both ends of his mouth. It's all about money. See, if people didn't give him money, the Democratic Party did not give him money, the fact-checking would not have happened the way it did. Same for politicians. If they were not blackmailed, states like California would not turn out the way it has become. A lot of drugs there, and I think, is it Washington State? I think it's gotten high in that. Chicago, crime. All because they hate Trump. Well, you know what? At the end of the day, I don't give a crap who's president. Don't screw up the economy. Don't cause World War III. And let's, have conversations without people shouting constantly. Have you seen the memes of Karen and the Darrens or whatever you want to call it? Like, there are memes on there about women saying they're not going to have sex for 4 years because Trump is president. It's like, honey, I've been single for 7 years. I'm good on that. That's not because I want to say no intimacy. It's been bad dating. So good luck. And you just made dating a lot easier for people. Swipe left, swipe right situation. Just saying. And to be frank, some of these memes are going around. It tells me that these people either are doing it for attention, for views, or really that they're trolling. But there may be a few that really do have mental health. I talked about mental health struggles last year. Mine was because of a breakup I had 3.5 years ago. And certain members of the party found out I'm salty Vixen and decided to cyberstalk me and try to ruin my business. That's what was affecting me. They can no longer do that anymore. I've blocked them out of my life, but still, I'm a public figure. So hopefully they calm down and just leave me alone. Live your life, There's a word in Hebrew, l'chaim, to life. And finally, going back to what I was saying earlier about the memes going around, what people's opinions, I happened to see this morning on Twitter a guy that was adamant about how much he said that Republicans are not educated, they did not go to college, and if they had been educated, they would have voted for Harris and yada, yada, yada. It's like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like I said earlier, it doesn't matter who wins. Don't screw up the country. Biden administration did that, hands down. They fed into wokeism. Now, when Clinton was president, I was like, middle school, high school era? I'm 45. I liked Clinton. I've met him a couple of times over the years. I think he's a smart man. But he was one of the few presidents at that time that Kennedy and Nixon, some of the others, they wrote their own speeches. And, of course, we all know how the Monica Lewinsky thing came out. In politics, here's a little secret, because I worked in politics. I worked in Parliament. I worked for congressmen. I worked for a U.S. ambassador. I'll give you a secret. The stuff that comes out in the media from politicians to bully them, basically, it's because that politician declined a request that's going on behind closed doors. So they're trying to get something passed. And if they don't follow that, that's when blackmail comes out. You see movies and TV shows that talk about that. That does happen. Take January 6th from Trump era, right? The insurrection everyone talks about, which if you read the full speech that he said that nobody's reading, he didn't say go forth into the Capitol. And there was a lot more footage that shows it was a bit of a peaceful thing. Anyway, that's not my point. My point is, it was planned. Various politicians knew this was happening, but that will never be in the media. When I worked in Parliament, Luke Tomlinson, Otis Ferry, and several others barged into Parliament with a sword. I think it was fox hunting. It was the 2004 era, I think. And I knew Luke. I knew him through Polo. I was shocked, but I wasn't at the same time because everything's an inside job, or the newspaper said allegedly inside job. Working in Parliament, a lot of security. You could not get in that easily. That's how you know things are inside jobs. And January 6th definitely was an inside job. It should not have happened, but it did. So in conclusion of my little coffee talk here is, will journalism improve? Will journalism finally give truthful information on the media? Will the fake news era be done? Although I think we'll always get fake news because, hello, look at history at the beginning of time. But I think fact-checking, it should be in the middle. It shouldn't be leaning towards Democrat or towards Republican. It should be in the middle. And we got to listen more and also do your own research. So I tell people, and I tell my kids, believe half what you hear and half what you read. That's what my dad used to say. And always do your own research. And if you vote for somebody that the other person like, you're voting for, who cares? It's not affecting my life. All right, everybody, I'm going to go inside and do what I have to do. I have to work, make money. All right, have a lovely day. Goodbye.